Good morning, friends. Today we will be having the lecture on the bacteria, the topic known as classification based on the shape. Regarding the bacteria, we'll see few features of the bacterial groups. Initially, it was described on the basis of the morphological types and the mechanism, movement, and the rigidity and flexibility of the nature of the cell wall. Friends, there are three types. Number one, eubacteria, myxobacteria, and spirochetes. But further, the classification was based on the shape. There are few features of these bacterial types. Eubacteria have the mechanism of movement with the help of the flagella, and the nature of the cell wall is thick as well as rigid. In eubacteria, some of the species are seems to be photosynthetic and few of the species are non-photosynthetic. Whereas regarding myxobacteria are gliding in nature, cell wall is thin, somewhat flexible in nature, but the bacteria are not seen photosynthetic, or the species of some bacteria are not photosynthetic. All of the bacteria in this group are non-photosynthetic. Whereas in spirochetes, axial filaments helps for the movement. Cell wall is thin, flexible. Photosynthetic species are absent, and all of the species in the spirochetes seems to be non-photosynthetic. Unicellular bacteria, that we called it as eubacteria, which lies in the order eubacterials. Number one, we'll describe on the basis of shape, that is coccus. Plurally, we may call it as cocci. As the name suggests, these are spherical cells which exist single, sometimes seems to be in group, or sometimes in two or more cells. The genera named as Micrococcus for a single cells, Diplococcus when it occurs in pairs, Streptococcus when the cells are adhere in chain, that means link in chain, Staphylococcus when in cluster and seems to be appear as like the cubical masses. Friends, this was the regarding the cocci or coccus. The second one is bacillus. Plurally we may call it as bacilli. These bacilli or bacillus species of the bacteria are small, rod-like, which may be flagellated. Some of the species seems to be non-flagellated. Flagella may present at one end, on both the ends, or sometimes all over the body. On the basis of the presence of this flagella, the flagellation is described into three types. Number one, that is monotrichous. Monotrichous means single. A single flagellum is present on one side. Number second, lopotrichous. A tuft of flagella means a flagella is present more than one in a bundle or in a group, but at the one end. The third one, that is amphitrichous. Amphitrichous is seen that on a bacterial cell on the both the end a tuft of flagella is present. Or peritrichous. Peritrichous, in this term is referred the flagella are present all over the body of the bacterial cell. Number third, that is vibro. Plurally, you may call it as vibros. These are short, appear short when we look at it, somewhat curved like sickle or comma shaped. They are flagellated and monotrichous. In vibro, you see the one flagellum present at the one end. Regarding the vibro seems to be or a special or features of the vibro, we can call it as comma shaped bacteria. The number fourth one is spirillum. Plurally you can call it as spirilla. They are twisted and non-flexible, may flagellated or sometime may not be flagellated. Flagellation in bacteria have been seen in four types: monotrichous, lopotrichous, amphitrichous and peritrichous. Whereas talking about the monotrichous, the single flagellum is attached at the one end. Talking about the lopotrichous, a tuft of flagella or more than one flagella is attached at the one end. But regarding the amphitrichous, a tuft of flagella is attached on both the end of the bacterial cell. Now, what regarding the peritrichous? In case of peritrichous, the flagella appears on all the body of the cell or over the surface of the cell. The bacteria flagellum is been seen. Now we move towards the stalked bacteria which lies in the order that is Colobacteria. These bacteria are single celled, that is stalked bacteria. A tuft of flagella is present on one side only, that is lopotrichous. The stalk is a part of the bacterial cell. The stalk is a part of the bacterial cell in the Colobacter, and the base of this stalk, which looks like a tie-like or a knob-like, and which seems to be sticky in the nature. Thus, several stalks attach and join at their knobs, which forms to looks like a rosettes. The structure looks like when the cell division occurs by transverse section, which is not by the binary fission. The division of the cell seems to be by the transfer section and not by the binary fission. The basal and the apical. Basal means the lower side and the apical means the apex side. The daughter cells are different in structure. The apical cell, which is equipped with the flagella, that is polar side, swims away and later develops a stalk. In the cell division of this bacteria, half of the part remains with the same identical copy and rest of the half part is remained with the genetic material is transferred to the rest of the part. Now we'll see the budding bacteria. What is budding bacteria? Rhodomicrobium. These are the budding bacteria. Cells are like football having a swollen part. Swollen part means which seems to be like the as a round and evaluated part on the bacteria, which is looks as a thinner tube. The tube gradually increases in length and swells to form a new globular cell. Ultimately, this cell form the network. Now we go to the mycelial eubacteria. What is mycelial eubacteria? It is also called as actinomycetes. Order Actinomycetales. For a long time, these bacteria were placed in the fungi, under the fungi, and the mycologists used to study and used to assume that these bacteria are not bacteria but they are the fungi. But after the elucidation of the prokaryotic cell structure, they were shifted under the group of bacteria. Now, the morphological similarities of the fungi are, however, remarkable. That is why this group was placed under the fungi. The filament of actinomycetes are very thin. This form a asexual reproductive bodies, that is conidia or sporangiophores. Also multiply by fragmentation. These features were placed this bacteria in the mycology or under the group of fungi. Some have also caused important diseases of plants, animal as well as human beings. So these actinomycetes or mycelial eubacteria, due to these specific characters, were placed in the mycological groups, but after studying they were grouped under the bacteria. The last one, that is myxobacteria. We may also call it as the gliding bacteria. These bacteria have a rigid cell wall and also the flagella. They show a gliding movement. Gliding movements means what? The structure of this bacteria is spirally coiled and the upper part of the bacteria is more coiled, which seems to be like a ring like, and this ring or this cigar shaped bacteria which glides slightly and move from one place to the another place. They show gliding movement. Individual cells seems to be cigar shaped, which divides by binary fission. Cells have colony in common slimy mass, and at the time of the predation, the more characteristic feature in this gliding bacteria forms the fruiting bodies on its, which seems, when we observe it under the microscope, seems like a tree-like structure. The fruiting body is also known as the cyst. The cyst accumulated or forms like a mass which is hardened, which seems to be like tree-like branches which bear slightly colored oval or spherical structure. This cyst consists of bacterial cell, several hundred of bacterial cell in it, and on the germination of this cyst or on the maturation of this cyst, the wall breakouts and the bacterial cells moves are released in the atmosphere, soil, aquatic, or in the water. So friend, this was regarding the gliding bacteria. Now we move towards the spirochetes, that is spirochetes. They are known as the helical or spiral bacteria, which lacks a rigid cell wall. Flagella are absent, but the locomotion is not by the flagellar movement. Movement is by the gliding, but by flexions. Now what is this flexion? Flexion of the body, which caused by the contraction of the axial filament called as crista. This axial filament is seen to be very spirally on the apical side, and the cell anchored in the cytoplasm at the each end. The contraction of this axial filament is caused by the contractile proteins, and this upper part of this bacteria, that is spirochetes, becomes a ring-like structure which becomes coil, and the movement which helps to move the bacteria from one place to the another place. So friend, this was regarding the shapes of the bacteria on the basis of their structure. We all know that bacteria are very minute and very simple organisms which are naked. They have both beneficiary as well as the harmful effects in the living organisms such as humankinds, plants, animals, and more there. We see the habit which inhibits the bacteria, air, soil, water, and so on. While studying the bacteria, we focus on the two types of the bacteria, that is gram positive bacteria and gram negative bacteria. In case of gram negative bacteria, it seems to be very dangerous, causing the diseases to the organisms such as plants, human beings, animals, and etc. These gram-negative bacteria have been reported for causing the various types of diseases in human beings, and more the diseases have also been identified on the plant itself. For example, bunchy top of banana, some bacterial diseases, that is wilt diseases in the plant of the Azadirachta indica. Sometimes it has been appears on the Acacia nilotica. Sometimes it has been appearance on the citrus genus also. Most of the citrus genus have been affected due to this bacterial cell. So friends, we have learned about the ultrastructure, or this about the structure of the bacteria, how the bacterial structures is made and how it is composed. What are the functions of the organelles present in the cytoplasm in the bacterial cells? We all know that the bacteria are the prokaryotes as well as unicellular organism, and the most peculiar feature of this bacteria, that is prokaryotes, are the organelles are not membrane bound. So friends, today this talk was regarding the structure on the basis of the shapes of the bacteria. In next lecture, we'll be having the study of reproduction and economic importance of the bacteria. Thank you.